Ho ho ho! Welcome back to this Christmas season. Just like some of you, some of these movies are gonna be naughty and some of these movies are gonna be nice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy these movies. Before we start with the review, I forgot to say it in the review. Merry Christmas. That's it. And now enjoy the review. Bye. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, Underdog Reacts, and I watched Nutcracker Massacre with the tagline, "It won't be a silent night." Now the poster looks interesting, but how they made it was, you know. Let's just start with the movie. We see a decorated house, and a car comes driving up. We see then inside the car, the driver, that we hear somebody speaking, it's the driver. We're now inside, and the driver hangs up his phone. He grabs baggage next to him, and he opens the door and walks towards the front door. Sorry. He looks inside, and there's hanging a note on the door that basically says, "Come around back." So he goes down the little stairs, walks around the house, and puts the package on the step. We see movement inside the house, and he looks up, and it's a woman. That's walking. He gets a bit closer. She gets out of frame, probably out of the room, into the kitchen. I don't know. But we see the window. She's standing in front of the window, and he is just around the corner of the window. Just out of sight. She gets away again. She walks away again, and he walks closer, close to the house, and then he gets spooked by a nutcracker that's standing in the window. But we're gonna leave that, because if you want to know what's coming next, watch the movie yourself. I can tell you that my horror movie theory kicks in because somebody died in the first 5 minutes. But the horror movie theory, obviously, if somebody dies or is killed in the first 5 minutes, is it gonna be a good movie? Usually, yes. Sometimes, no. This movie, not so much. The Nutcracker killer, he just, it's a 6 feet tall Nutcracker, but he doesn't really look like a Nutcracker. It looks more like a person with a mask on, which it also is. So maybe they could have made him look more woody, made of wood, something like that. It just didn't do it. I think during the killing it changed masks, or it changed his mouth, because usually the mouth was a bit more closed, and when it's killing, the mouth, like on the poster, is open with some very sharp teeth. I'll show you. There. That's how it looks like when it's killing people. Yeah, we had some people, and this movie obviously, but there's one person in here that was really a cunt, you know, just a pure cunt. I think her name was Mousy. Stupid name either way, you know, but for a person it's a stupid name. You know, if you call your mouse Mousy, you know, I can kind of get it, but just a person, really, you know. But she was just through and through cunt, you know. She was a cunt to I don't know who the guy is, maybe the butler or something. We haven't had that really an answer from who the fuck he was actually. But him, you know, to her cousin Clara, to her, you know, towards her she was a cunt, you know. And the mother, she should have known. Come on, it's partially her fault that her daughter grew up like that. Come on, because you know, you raise your child, so if you don't do something about it, they turn out like that. And well, a bit later, you know, she slapped Mousy. But, oh, you spoiled something, Brad. Yeah, honey, you should have known, because this is probably not the first time she is like that. It's probably her whole life. So you should have known, you know. And some people are just bad apples through and through. That what it was one of them. The first time I think that I noticed that the mask changed was when the Nutcracker killed somebody with a ice skate blade. Just slash in the belly and acting. You know, acting in the green one wasn't A-lister, and apparently what I've read, you know, from Meat Canyon's video, he did a video, you know, about the green one, the mean one, and I read in the comment section that apparently Art the Clown plays the Grinch in the mean one, which I didn't know. Very fun fact. Yeah. I really like him as Art the Clown, but I didn't know that he was also in that one. I think his name was Bill Thornton. But the acting in this one was just slightly worse than the acting in the mean one. You know, the mean one wasn't, like I said, the acting wasn't A-lister, but it was still decent. But in this one was just, no, it was even worse than that one, you know. For some reason, well, this movie is from the US, you know, but for some reason, everybody in this movie, you know, sounds like they're from the UK. We haven't established, you know, that it plays in the UK, but it sounds to me, you know, that like they're from the UK or something like that, with a thick accent, you know. It's possible, you know, but yeah, it was kind of unexpected. Who the fuck eats walnuts in the middle of the night, you know? What's his name? Johnny or something like that, you know, the boyfriend from Mousy, and I don't get why he is staying with her, yo. You want to spend the rest of your life with that? I don't. But you know, he was going to the kitchen and then got some walnuts and start to crack those walnuts with some, yeah, with a hand cracker, you know. Why the fuck are you eating walnuts in the middle of the fucking night? Who the fuck does that? You know, I sleep in the middle of the night, you know. I just sleep through the night, but who the fuck does that, you know? But hey, you do you. And then a bit later, the Nutcracker came and he cracked his nuts. As in his ballsack. His testicles, yes. And we got that also on screen. Well, obviously it was more fake testicles, but yeah, still, we saw nuts being cracked on screen. And not only walnuts, but actual nuts. Overall, Mousy really just pissed me off, yo. And also a bit of Clara, yo. She pissed me also a bit off. It, the movie was okay. Or meh, maybe. I give this movie maybe a 3 out of 5 or even a high to low 3. I don't know, but it was not that good, you know. Yeah, I'm also gonna leave that. Leave likes, recommend a good Christmas movie or Christmas horror movie or horror movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my second channel, Underdog Eats, where I do food strings every week from time to time, also some alcohol. Or my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where I do, well, primarily music. Oh, and obviously, before I forget, Merry Christmas. Come on. Later today I'm going live, so if you want to see that one, come check it out. I'm gonna just put a Lego set, make another Lego set, maybe another Lego set that I have there since last year. Who knows? With some non-copyrighted music. So come check it out. I don't know how late I'm gonna go live, but subscribe to the channel if you want to know.